Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we are discussing a model made from 2012 through the beginning of 2018. This is the Bethune DB27 Titan Hawk V1. Of course, it was superseded by the V2. The obvious difference that you can tell at a glance is that the V1 has a date indicator and the V2 has a running center second. The watches are physically very similar in size. This is in grade 5 titanium, 43 millimeters in diameter. If you look at it in profile, you can see that it has a lug-to-lug span of 50.2 millimeters with the lugs fully extended, and then these patented floating lugs, they're ergonomic, they will compress on a smaller wrist. 47.3 lug-to-lug here, it's 12.4 millimeters thick, which is about a Rolex Daytona. Then it has a broad 26 millimeter spacing between the lugs. When you throw it on the wrist, and my wrist is 16 centimeters circumference, it's a really good fit. The further away the camera gets, the less crowded my wrist looks, and you could see this watch would wear well on wrists as small as 14 centimeters circumference. It is low enough to fit under a cuff, so you should have no problem there. And then from side to side, you can see that the edge of the case is coming nowhere near the edge of my wrist, and even over the top, which kind of exaggerates the width of a watch, you can see the case is well inboard of the edge of my wrist. Nice thing about this strap is it's got a sort of fresh ultramarine look. Now, ultramarine does get darker with time, but this is ultramarine as it's first applied to a painting. Think Dutch masters, but in their own time. Textile on top. You can see we've got a gusset that's been sewn in to prevent gouging of the strap on the bottom. A buttery soft calfskin. You can see this is not like contemporary Bethune straps often are with gaiter on both sides. This is a combination of a textile with calfskin, and it's very compelling look and feel. The buckle, as with most Bethune buckles, is designed to echo the lugs. So take one look at the lugs, then take a look at the buckle. And Bethune probably invests too much money in details like this, but as the customer, that's all to your advantage. The business model might be a little risque, but building a buckle to match the case, that's the thing we dream about. The watchmaker that exhausts every opportunity to show he cares. And Denis Flageolet, the watchmaking founder and creative force behind Bethune, does care. He always puts design first and every other consideration last. So the timepiece features a lot of compelling designs, starting with the floating lugs, which are patented. We have this lovely monoblock case, and it's all in grade 5 titanium. So what I mean by that is it is what's known as 6-4 titanium, so 6% aluminum, 4% vanadium, and it's lighter than steel. It's hypoallergenic, but it is harder and more scratch resistant than both conventional watchmaking steels and grade 2 titanium. And I can tell you that of the base metals, things that are not hallmarked precious metal and not some sort of hard metal like ice hardening or tegament, grade 5 titanium with a polished finish is the most durable metal you will encounter. It seems to shake off scuffs, scratches, anything but the most offensive insult, largely leaves it unmarked. And I've seen watches decades old with polished grade 5 tie that really don't look like they've been worn at all. I'm not saying it's invulnerable, I'm just saying it's darn durable. We have these lugs that are open, airy, flying buttress-like, pivoted at the center, and then they have these little ogival tips, the last styling vestige of the original Bethune watch, the 2002 DB1. And I've got the DB1 right here so you could see the air de famille. The case is monoblock. I mentioned that before, but what does it mean? It means that the bezel and the case are all one piece, so there's no seam between these pieces. Everything loads through the case back, so it has a very clean, seamless look when viewed from the top. The crown is double knurled, so it's got two different patterns on it, and then it is a screw-down crown, and it's a 30-meter water-resistant watch, so it's not a screw-down to make it like swimmable, for example, but it's there mostly to prevent the crown from being accidentally displaced or damaged by the movable lug. So that's the idea right there. The dial, like the case and the movement, made in-house by Bethune. It is a fully integrated manufacturer in that regard, so your Bethune watch is the product of deep investment in being able to make every part of the watch and make every part of the watch better. It's a blue dial with silver print, so we've got Roman numerals stylized, radially arrayed, note the watchmakers for You can see that the outer dial is actually a toroidal shape. It's got this rolled camber to it. And then we've got hands in bright polish, sort of modified breguets for the hours and minutes, with this deltoid form at center that acts as the indicator for the date. Now, there is a quick set via the crown to allow you to rapidly set that date. And of course, if you're familiar with de Bethune's DB28s and the dial side deltoid barrel bridge, this is sort of that design, but echoed in the form of a hand. Microlight. It is guilloche, it is reductive, it is lathe-based, but it is a concentric azurage-like pattern rather than, well, something super classical like this Vogue wave design on the DB1. So this is lathe engraving and guilloche. It's just a more modern look to it. Turn it all over, and you can see a little bit of the S233 movement. So the DB27 Titan Hawk V1 and V2 have very different movements. The Auto V2 in the 27 V2 has a 60-hour power reserve. This is twin barrels. It's a 6-day power reserve. The Auto V2 has a full balance bridge, but not triple parachute. This has a full balance bridge and triple parachute. It features the 2010 patent balance design, which is actually my favorite of de Bethune 10's patent. They have 10 patented balances. This is my favorite of the 10 patented balances because without looking at the hairspring, you can't even see it's moving. The rim is a solid ring of white gold. The disc is a solid disc of silicon. And the idea, as with all of Denis Flageolet's balance designs, is to maximize the percentage of total mass in the rim, reduce the impact of temperature change on timing, and then reduce the impact of aerodynamics on the operation. So to reduce the parasitic drag caused by aerodynamics, make it as slick as possible, and that rim does that. That balance wheel, it is patented, and so is the hairspring curve. You can see the hairspring kind of irregular. It's got this unusual terminal curve outboard with the stud holder attaching to something that looks almost angular. So that angular terminal curve is a patented design. Denis came up with a system for getting a traditional flat spiral, cutting off the terminal curve, shaping it by hand so it breathes concentrically and keeps consistent time in every position like an overcoil, but has the thin profile and shock resistance of a flat hairspring. You take that cut and shaped outer curve, you micro clamp it back to the inner spiral, and you get this patented design. Now, what's interesting about the use of triple parachute here is it doesn't work like it normally does on a de Bethune watch. So here is traditional triple parachute. You can see how it's sort of these leaf springs. They're linear springs bracing the outside of the balance bridge with Inca block at center. Well, this doesn't have as much space due to the confines of the case. So if you look careful here, you could see that the spring used is actually a vertical coil spring. So like the suspension of a car, it is a coil that moves up and down. Think of a slinky and you got the general idea. So you could see that the triple parachute system here is stacked vertical and relatively narrow across. And that is a triple parachute that you will only find on this type of movement from de Bethune. You will not find it on the conventional calibers, and this is just due to space constraints. Denis created an entirely new system. You can also see that while the finishing is not widely visible due to the confines of the caseback, the bridge is beautifully beveled and satinated across its top with snailing and satin finish on the other surfaces and polished screw heads. It is a very, very special watch. The watch features a 4 Hertz beat rate. It's got the twin barrels. It's got the 6-day power reserve. All of this is in a movement that's 30 millimeters, so nice and large to fit this big case, and it pivots on 38 jewels, full of patented proprietary technology. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. And oh, fun fact, as I dictate this in August of 2025, de Bethune has yet to make its 4,000th watch since its founding in 2002.